Chosen one, they're fuming, aren't they? You've outplayed them at every turn, and it's driving them wild. The people who thought they could control your fate, manipulate your journey, are now seeing that their schemes have fallen apart. They underestimated the power of your resilience, your divine guidance, and your unwavering faith. But here's the thing. This moment of victory is just the beginning of something even bigger. As you continue to rise and shine in your purpose, the opposition will only grow louder. This is a critical point in your path, one that will require more strength, wisdom, and clarity than ever before. The challenges ahead may seem overwhelming, but remember, you are divinely protected. The forces that seek to tear you down are setting the stage for your greatest triumphs. This is why today's message is crucial for your growth. Understanding the power within you and staying grounded will keep you ahead. Chosen one, if you have been guided to this channel, it's not by accident. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to join the Kingdom Calls family so you never miss the divine wisdom meant to guide you on your sacred path. And type 1111 in the comments to let the universe know you are ready to receive this wisdom. The chosen ones often find themselves walking a path filled with unique challenges. It is a journey of growth, divine purpose, and spiritual evolution, but it's also one filled with opposition from others who don't understand the path you're on. This path is not easy, and it is rarely without resistance. But what many fail to realize is that the resistance is a sign that you are exactly where you are meant to be. When people come against you or try to sabotage your journey, it's not a reflection of your worth. Rather, it's an indication of the divine power and purpose that resides within you. Those who challenge you, in whatever form, are often intimidated by the light you carry. They don't understand why you are so determined, so strong, and so confident in your calling. Instead of being inspired by your faith, they are overwhelmed by their own insecurities. What others fail to realize is that their attempts to stop you are futile. When God has chosen you for a particular purpose, no one can take that away from you. The more they try to pull you down, the more they expose their own fears and limitations. You are not walking this path alone. You are divinely protected, and there is nothing anyone can do to prevent God's plans for you. Even with this divine protection, the journey is not without emotional struggles. It can be frustrating when you feel misunderstood or when people around you don't see the vision you have. You might even feel like you are fighting an uphill battle with every step met with resistance. These feelings are natural, but they are also necessary for your growth. The challenges you face are not meant to defeat you. They are meant to strengthen you. When others try to outplay you or distract you from your path, remember that they are only revealing their own limitations. They do not have the clarity and direction that you do. You are aligned with your divine purpose, and that clarity is your greatest strength. The more they challenge you, the more they expose their own confusion. It is not your job to explain or defend yourself. Your job is to stay focused on your path and trust that God will fight your battles for you. There will be times when you question whether you are truly on the right path. You might even feel disheartened by the resistance you face. These feelings are not a sign that you are doing something wrong. They are a sign that you are moving in the right direction. Remember, if you weren't on the right path, the enemy wouldn't bother to try and stop you. The very fact that you are facing opposition is proof that your divine purpose is powerful and worth protecting. In these moments of doubt, it is essential to reconnect with your inner strength and trust in the divine guidance that has brought you this far. God has equipped you with everything you need to succeed, and the challenges you face are simply opportunities to grow in faith and resilience. It's in the face of adversity that you will discover just how strong you are. The chosen ones are not meant to blend in with the crowd or follow the path others expect. You are meant to stand out, to rise above, and to walk in the fullness of your calling. This often means walking alone, at least for a time. The people around you may not understand your journey, and that's okay. What's important is that you stay true to yourself and trust that God's plan for your life is greater than anything anyone else can offer. There will be times when others will try to make you doubt yourself. They might question your decisions or criticize your actions. But you must remember that these criticisms are coming from a place of fear, jealousy, and insecurity. They are not reflections of your worth or your capabilities. The more you stay focused on your path, the more you will prove that the divine purpose for your life cannot be stopped by anyone. One of the most important lessons the chosen ones learn is the ability to remain unshaken in the face of opposition. When you stand firm in your truth and divine purpose, you become a living testimony of God's power. Your faith, resilience, and trust in the divine plan will serve as an example to others. Your journey will inspire those around you to rise above their own struggles and walk in their own divine purpose. The resistance you face is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. The more you are tested, the more you will grow in your faith. And the more you grow in your faith, the stronger you will become. Every challenge is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming anything. You are never alone in your struggles. God is with you, guiding you every step of the way. When others try to pull you down or distract you, remember they cannot touch the divine purpose that resides within you. You are a child of God, divinely protected and equipped with everything you need to succeed. Trust in the process and trust that God's timing is perfect. Your purpose will unfold in ways you cannot yet see, but you must keep moving forward in faith. The chosen ones are often misunderstood by those around them. People may not understand why you do the things you do or why you are so passionate about your calling. But the truth is, you are walking a path that only a few are called to walk. This path is not easy, but it leads to your divine destiny. Every obstacle, every trial, and every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger in your faith and closer to God. When you face resistance, remember it's part of the process. It's a sign that you are on the right path and you are closer than ever to fulfilling your divine purpose. The more you stay focused on your mission, the more you will see God's hand at work in your life. The chosen ones are called to greatness, and no amount of opposition can take that away from you. The spiritual journey of the chosen ones is marked by profound reflection, personal growth, and unexpected challenges. As you continue walking the path before you, each moment of resistance is not a setback, but an opportunity for growth. Your experiences, particularly those that test your strength, are not random. They are part of the divine purpose God has prepared for you. Each challenge is an invitation to deepen your faith and trust in His plan. At times, it may feel like the world is watching, waiting for you to falter. You may have people around you who seem to be plotting or criticizing, but these moments aren't meant to tear you down. They are a reminder that you are not walking this journey in vain. The very fact that you are being observed or challenged is a sign that you are fulfilling a divine calling, one that others, often unknowingly, recognize as powerful. In the quiet moments, when you feel alone or misunderstood, remember that God's hand is with you. Even when it seems like the world is against you, God is shaping you with divine wisdom. These moments of isolation are preparation. They are times when God refines you, strengthens your spirit, and fortifies you for the path ahead. These moments are not abandonment, but divine teaching. They are opportunities for God to do a deeper work within you that goes beyond what others see. When facing opposition, it's easy to feel a need to react or defend yourself. However, chosen ones are called to walk with a peace that transcends the need to react impulsively. Your divine preparation requires patience, not just with others, but with yourself. Growth is not instantaneous. There's no need to rush through the process. Each moment is part of a greater unfolding story, leading to something greater than you imagined. Reflect on the moments when you outgrew past versions of yourself. These moments are not just about outward success, but internal transformation. You've encountered hardships that seemed insurmountable, but were essential to building your character. God's wisdom is in every challenge, and His plan often requires you to stretch beyond what you thought was possible. As the chosen ones, You are called to go beyond the ordinary and step into a higher calling. This path is not always clear to others, nor will it always be free from difficulty. At times, you may feel misunderstood, even rejected as you move forward, but understand that this is not a reflection of your worth or potential. It is a sign that you are walking a path few dare to tread. The world may not always understand, but God sees you. He knows the unique journey He has set before you. In the face of adversity, take a step back and recognize the growth that has occurred in you. While others may focus on your external successes or failures, God is focused on your inner development. Every lesson and setback builds you into the person He's called you to be. The challenges you face today prepare you for the blessings and responsibilities of tomorrow. The higher your calling, the greater the challenges. But they are never beyond your ability to overcome. You are equipped with everything you need to walk the path before you. The most powerful growth often comes from the places you least expect. It's easy to feel discouraged when facing opposition, but each challenge holds a lesson that you may not fully understand at the moment. What seems like defeat may be divine victory in the making. God's wisdom transcends human understanding. Your journey is uniquely yours, and no one can walk it for you. The lessons you learn are uniquely tailored to shape your heart, mind, and spirit. Reflect on how the challenges you faced have shaped your understanding of God's purpose for your life. The chosen ones aren't called to lives of ease, but to walk paths of purpose. This path is not always clear to those around you, and sometimes it may not be clear to you either. But there's a deeper understanding that comes with walking by faith rather than by sight. God's plan unfolds in ways that often defy human logic, and part of your preparation is learning to trust the process, even when you can't see the full picture. The way you handle challenges speaks volumes about your relationship with God. When you remain steadfast, even in opposition, you demonstrate your trust in God's divine plan. Each trial is an opportunity to show the strength and grace God has instilled in you. As you continue to grow in wisdom, the challenges that once seemed daunting will lose their power over you. The chosen ones are called to be leaders, not followers. The world may try to pull you in many directions, but God has placed you on a path of purpose. The wisdom you gain from your experiences will prepare you for the role you're destined to play. Take time to reflect on the lessons you've learned. These reflections are not meant to dwell on past struggles, but to understand how they've shaped you and prepared you for what's to come. Every struggle you face holds a lesson that builds the foundation for your destiny. Trust that everything is unfolding as it is meant to. The opposition, challenges, and victories are all part of a divine plan. Your journey is not only about reaching the destination, but about the transformation within you. Each step you take guides you closer to your ultimate purpose. Know that you are never alone in this journey. God is with you, leading, guiding, and preparing you for all that lies ahead. Your spiritual growth will empower you to handle future challenges with a level of peace and understanding that surpasses human comprehension. Each moment you spend growing spiritually is one step closer to walking in the fullness of your purpose. The strength you gain from facing these moments of challenge prepares you to handle everything that lies ahead. God is not only walking beside you, but also walking within you. His presence is with you in every trial and triumph, teaching you to rely on Him, trust His wisdom, and fulfill the calling He has placed on your life. They're fuming. It's undeniable. The very air around you carries the tension of their frustration, their disbelief. You, the chosen one, have outplayed them at every turn. But even as you stand on this battleground, triumphant in ways they never saw coming, something lingers. Questions, uncertainties, a sense that there's more to uncover about the path you've been called to walk. Why, despite your victories, do their shadows still loom? Why does it feel like their gaze is fixed on you, searching for cracks in your armor? This is no ordinary journey. You see, the chosen ones are set apart, not just by destiny, but by design. God has been crafting your story with precision, positioning you where you need to be, even when it felt like you were lost or abandoned. Yet, the world has a way of testing those who are favored, doesn't it? They couldn't understand why you didn't break when the odds were against you. They can't fathom how you've continued to rise, even when they threw every obstacle in your path. And now, as they watch, they're fuming. Not just because of what you've done, but because of what you're becoming. But here's where the mystery deepens. While their fury burns, you've been noticing something else, subtle shifts, tangible signs in the physical world that suggest something bigger is unfolding. Doors that were once shut now stand ajar. Opportunities that seemed out of reach suddenly appear within your grasp. People are drawn to your light, even if they don't fully understand why. These moments aren't coincidences. They're confirmations, yet they raise questions, don't they? What is God preparing you for? Why does it feel like the battles you've faced were only the beginning? And then there's the tension, the kind that comes from knowing you're being watched, not just by those who doubted you, but by forces you can't always name. They're observing, studying, waiting. But for what? This isn't just about the physical plane, is it? The spiritual realm is stirring. You can feel it, the whispers in your spirit, the signs in your dreams, the unshakable knowing that something profound is on the horizon. But what does it all mean? What are you supposed to do next? Think about it. If you've outplayed them at every turn, it means the game isn't over yet. It means there's more to this journey than what meets the eye. Your victories, while significant, are just pieces of a larger puzzle. And if God has brought you this far, what's waiting for you in the next chapter? These questions aren't meant to unsettle you, but to stir something deep within. A hunger for answers, a readiness to embrace the revelation that's coming. Still, there's the lingering doubt, isn't there? That small voice asking if you've truly done enough, if you've fully stepped into your role as a chosen one. After all, the path isn't always clear. Even with the signs, even with the victories, there are moments when the weight of the journey feels almost too much to bear. And yet, isn't it in those moments that God shows up the most? When you're on the edge of what you can handle, that's when the breakthrough often comes. But what will that breakthrough look like? Consider this. They're not just fuming because you've outplayed them. They're fuming because they underestimated you. They didn't see the hand of God at work in your life. They didn't realize that every setback, every trial, every moment of pain was refining you, preparing you for something greater. And now they're scrambling to catch up, to figure out how you've managed to stay steps ahead. But their frustration isn't your focus. Your focus is on the promise, the one God made to you long before they ever became part of the story. And yet, there's still that pull, isn't there? That feeling that there's a piece of the puzzle you haven't quite placed. The answers are near, but they're just out of reach. You've come so far, but there's a sense that the most important part of the journey is still ahead. What could it be? What is God about to reveal to you that will not only silence their doubts, but also solidify your own understanding of your calling? As the tension builds, so does the anticipation. This isn't just about vindication or proving them wrong. It's about stepping fully into the person God created you to be. It's about understanding the purpose behind the trials, the meaning behind the signs. And as much as you've already overcome, the truth is, you're still in the process of becoming who you were meant to be, becoming unstoppable. So as the questions swirl and the tension rises, one thing becomes clear. The next step is crucial. The revelation is close, but are you ready to receive it? Can you feel the weight of what's about to unfold? Stay tuned. God's message for you is about to change everything. The tension has been building. You've been walking this path with questions burning in your heart, wondering how all the pieces fit together. They're fuming because you've outplayed them at every turn. But even as you've celebrated those victories, there's been an undercurrent of something deeper, something unresolved. The battles you've fought, the trials you've endured, and the signs that have appeared in your life have led you here to this pivotal moment. You've sensed the weight of your calling, the eyes watching your every move, and the spiritual shifts stirring in unseen realms. And now, the question lingers. What does it all mean? Why has God chosen you for this path? The answer lies in the very design of who you are. Being a chosen one isn't simply about enduring hardship or emerging victorious over adversaries. It's about transformation. Every trial, every setback, every victory has been shaping you into someone far more powerful than you realize. What you've experienced wasn't just about survival, it was about refinement. Like gold purified in fire, you've been prepared for a purpose so profound that even you couldn't fully grasp it until now. Here's the revelation. God has been orchestrating a divine reversal in your life. The very things meant to break you have become the tools that strengthen you. The moments of doubt, betrayal, and pain were never meant to destroy you. Instead, they were meant to clear the path for your true purpose to emerge. This is why your adversaries are fuming. They thought they had won. They thought they had outmaneuvered you, that the traps they laid would be your downfall. But God had other plans. Every setback they orchestrated became a setup for your comeback. Every time they tried to dim your light, it only burned brighter. This reversal is the hallmark of God's power in the lives of the chosen. Think of Joseph, sold into slavery by his own brothers. They thought they had ended his dreams, but in truth, they were placing him exactly where he needed to be for God's purpose to unfold. What they intended for evil, God used for good. And just like Joseph, your adversaries' plans have backfired. They see now that their efforts have only propelled you further into your calling, and it terrifies them. But why you? Why have you been chosen for this journey, this role, this purpose? The answer lies in your willingness to persevere, to trust, to keep walking even when the path was unclear. God saw something in you that others overlooked. He saw your heart, your resilience, your capacity to carry the weight of this calling. Being a chosen one isn't about perfection. It's about surrender. It's about saying yes to God's plan, even when you don't understand it. And that's exactly what you've done. Yet there's something more. Your journey isn't just about you. The battles you've fought, the victories you've claimed, and the lessons you've learned are meant to pave the way for others. You are a trailblazer, a light in the darkness for those who are still searching for their way. Your life is a testimony, a living, breathing example of God's power and faithfulness. And this is what your adversaries fear most, not just your success, but the ripple effect it creates. They know that your rise will inspire others, that your light will ignite countless flames, and that your story will become a beacon of hope for those who feel lost and forgotten. Think back to those moments when you felt abandoned or forsaken. Those weren't moments of failure, they were moments of preparation. God was stripping away everything that wasn't aligned with your purpose. He was teaching you to rely on Him, to trust Him completely, even when the path was dark. And now, looking back, you can see how every single step was necessary. Every tear you cried, every sleepless night, every battle fought in silence, they all led you to this point. You were never alone. God was with you, working behind the scenes, turning your pain into power, your setbacks into setups. Now, consider the signs you've been seeing. The doors opening, the opportunities appearing, the connections forming. These aren't coincidences. They are confirmations that you are aligned with God's purpose. But with these blessings come greater responsibilities. You are being called to step fully into your role, to embrace the magnitude of your calling without hesitation or fear. This is where many falter. The weight of being chosen can feel overwhelming, and the temptation to shrink back can be strong. But you must remember, God wouldn't have called you if He hadn't equipped you. Everything you need is already within you. The strength, the wisdom, the courage, it's all there, waiting for you to claim it. Here's where the breakthrough happens. You've been called not just to survive, but to thrive. This isn't about scraping by or barely making it through. This is about walking boldly into the life God has prepared for you, a life filled with purpose, impact, and glory. Your victories are not just yours, they are a reflection of God's power. Your light is not just for you, it's a beacon for others. You've been chosen to lead, to inspire, to heal. And the time has come to embrace that fully. Yet, stepping into this role requires one final act of faith. It requires you to let go of the fear that has held you back, the doubt that whispers you're not enough. It requires you to silence the voices of your adversaries and listen only to the voice of God. He's been guiding you all along, and now He's calling you to rise, to stand tall, to claim the life He's prepared for you. The path forward may not always be clear, but you don't need to see the whole road. You only need to take the next step. And here's the final piece of the revelation. The battle isn't over, but the war has already been won. Your adversaries may continue to scheme, to plot, to fume, but their efforts are futile. God's hand is upon you, and His plans cannot be thwarted. This doesn't mean the road ahead will be easy. There will still be challenges, still be moments of doubt. But now, you know the truth. You know that every obstacle is an opportunity, every setback a stepping stone, every battle a chance to grow stronger. Feel the weight of this moment. You've been brought here for a reason. The questions, the doubts, the battles, they've all led to this. The revelation is clear. You are chosen, not just to survive, but to thrive, not just to rise, but to lead, not just to outplay them, but to outshine every expectation. And as you step into this next chapter, remember this: you are not alone. God is with you, guiding you, empowering you, strengthening you for what's to come. The battle may continue, but the victory is already yours. The question now is, will you claim it? Will you embrace the fullness of who you are and what you've been called to do? The answer lies within you. Listen closely. The path forward is waiting. You've been prepared for this moment. Every challenge has led to this breakthrough. Step forward now, boldly and faithfully, for the journey ahead is where your purpose will fully unfold. God's hand is still working, and His plan for you is more magnificent than you can imagine. Trust Him completely as you rise to fulfill the destiny He has lovingly crafted for you. The journey of the chosen ones is far from over. You've already walked through fire, outmaneuvered adversaries, and emerged stronger than ever. Yet, this point in your journey isn't a place to pause, it's a threshold to something greater. You've faced the schemes and opposition of those who doubted, underestimated, or envied you, and you've come out victorious at every turn. But the path forward demands something even more profound, a deeper commitment to the calling that sets you apart. Every triumph you've experienced wasn't just a moment of victory, it was a revelation. It revealed who you truly are and the divine hand guiding you through each challenge. Your adversaries didn't expect you to succeed. They underestimated your resilience and your reliance on God's wisdom. Now they're fuming, not simply because you outplayed them, but because you've uncovered a truth they feared. You are walking in alignment with a power far greater than their understanding. This truth isn't just your shield, it's your compass. It points you toward the life you were created to live. Moving forward, you're stepping into a realm of responsibility and spiritual authority. It's not enough to recognize the ways in which you've prevailed. You must now embrace what these victories mean for your future. God's plan for you isn't static. It's dynamic, expansive, and always unfolding. The question isn't whether you've outplayed your adversaries. It's what you're going to do with the space you've cleared, the lessons you've learned, and the opportunities God is placing before you. This next chapter requires you to shift your focus. It's no longer about proving yourself to others. You've already demonstrated your strength and faith. Now it's about proving to yourself that you can steward the blessings and responsibilities entrusted to you. The chosen path isn't just about surviving opposition. It's about thriving in your purpose. To thrive means to grow, to expand, to flourish. Not in spite of challenges, but because of how you've allowed God to shape you through them. One of the key revelations in your journey has been your ability to see through deception and act with wisdom. This discernment didn't come easily. It was forged in moments when you had to make difficult decisions, when the stakes were high, and when it seemed as though you were walking alone. But you were never alone. God was sharpening your vision, fine-tuning your spiritual ears, and teaching you to move with precision. This discernment will be crucial as you move forward. Not every open door is from God, and not every opportunity aligns with your purpose. The victories of your past are reminders that when you lean into God's guidance, you cannot fail. The path ahead also requires a fresh level of humility. It's easy to let the glow of victory lead to complacency or pride, but remember that every triumph was a direct result of God's hand in your life. Pride will distort your perspective, making it harder to see the path clearly, but humility keeps you grounded. It reminds you that the strength you carry, the wisdom you wield, and the light you shine are not solely your own. They are gifts from God, meant to be shared and multiplied. By walking humbly, you keep yourself aligned with the source of your power. There's also an invitation to forgive. This may feel counterintuitive, especially when you think of the people who plotted against you or tried to hinder your progress. But forgiveness isn't about condoning their actions. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of their negativity. Holding on to anger or resentment ties you to the very things you've outgrown. Forgiveness is a declaration that your joy, your peace, and your future are not dependent on anyone else's behavior. It's a powerful act of faith, trusting that God will handle justice in His perfect way. As you step further into your role as a chosen one, it's important to remember that your journey serves a larger purpose. You've been chosen not just for your own growth, but as a vessel for others. Your life, with all its trials and triumphs, is a testimony. People are watching, not in a way that should make you feel pressured, but in a way that underscores how much your light matters. Every decision you make, every battle you face with grace, and every victory you claim is an inspiration to someone else. God is using you to show others what's possible when faith leads the way. The adversaries you've outplayed are not your focus. Their reactions, their schemes, and their frustrations are distractions meant to pull you off course. But the path forward isn't about them. It's about you and God. Fix your eyes on Him. Seek His direction daily, not out of fear, but out of a deep desire to stay in alignment with His will. The more you focus on God, the clearer your path becomes. He has a way of removing obstacles, opening doors, and providing resources in ways you couldn't anticipate. Trust that He will continue to guide you just as He has in the past. Stepping forward also means embracing change. The person you are now is not the same person who began this journey. You've evolved, grown, and gained wisdom. The situations you face in the future will require this new version of you. Don't be afraid to shed old habits, relationships, or mindsets that no longer serve your purpose. Growth can be uncomfortable, but it's necessary. God is calling you higher, and that often means leaving behind what's familiar to step into what's divine. The chosen path is one of continual renewal. Each step brings new challenges, new lessons, and new blessings. It's a journey that requires faith, perseverance, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. But it's also a journey filled with joy, peace, and the assurance that you are walking in alignment with a purpose greater than yourself. You've outplayed your adversaries not by your own might, but by allowing God to guide your every move. That same guidance will carry you through the next phase of your journey. As you move forward, take time to reflect on the victories you've experienced. Let them remind you of God's faithfulness and power. But don't dwell there. The future is calling, and it's filled with possibilities that are even greater than what you've seen so far. Keep your heart open, your faith strong, and your focus sharp. The path forward is yours to claim, and with God by your side, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Heavenly Father, we come before you with hearts filled with gratitude for your unwavering presence in our lives. Thank you for guiding us through trials, for being our strength in moments of weakness, and for revealing the purpose you have for us as chosen ones. Lord, we acknowledge that every victory, every step forward, and every moment of clarity comes from you. It is by your wisdom and power that we've been able to overcome adversity and outmaneuver the plans of those who sought to harm us. We ask for your continued guidance, Father. Illuminate our paths so that we may walk boldly in the direction you have set before us. Strengthen our spirits to face challenges with faith and resilience, knowing that you are our protector and provider. Grant us humility in our victories, wisdom in our decisions, and a heart that forgives, so we may reflect your love and grace in all we do. Lord, for every chosen one hearing this message, I pray for clarity and courage. Let them feel your presence and know they are never alone. Remind them that they are part of a divine plan that no man can disrupt. Fill their hearts with peace, their minds with purpose, and their lives with blessings. May they continue to rise above, outplaying darkness with the light you've placed within them. Let their faith remain steadfast and their hope unwavering as they trust in you. We give you all the glory, honor, and praise, trusting that your will shall prevail in our lives. In Jesus' name, amen. Chosen ones, this is your moment to embrace the power and purpose God has placed in your life. You are part of a divine family, and your light is needed in this world. If this message has resonated with you, don't let it stop here. Take the next step. Subscribe to this channel and join the Chosen Ones community, where we walk this journey together, supporting and uplifting one another. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this truth, someone who might be struggling to see the path ahead. Together, we can spread this message of hope, faith, and triumph. Stay connected, stay encouraged, and remember, you are chosen for greatness. Let's continue this journey, step by step, with God leading the way. Your story is still unfolding, and the best is yet to come. If this message touched your heart and you'd like to support the Chosen Ones community, consider donating to our Ko-fi. Your contribution helps us continue to create spiritually enriching content for you and others on the sacred path. Every donation, no matter the size, allows us to keep spreading messages of faith, strength, and divine purpose. Your support helps build this community and ensures we can keep walking this journey together, inspiring and empowering the Chosen Ones. Thank you for being a part of this mission. Your generosity truly makes a difference.